Hey y'all, it's Heel Heat time.
Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles and this is our Ring of Honor show for the week. Let's go right into it. The first match from the Top Prospects tournament is the semifinals, Hanson versus Andrew Everett. The winner goes on to face Raymond Rowe in the finals. A very solid match, showcased both of these guys' talents. I expect both of these guys to make it in the Ring of Honor and have a big presence in the next coming year, 2014, 2015, and beyond. Hanson picks up the win after a very strong match against Andrew Everett. Hanson's something that we haven't seen much of in Ring of Honor, and that's a big guy that can dominate and wrestles like a big guy. We've had a few. We've had Brody Lee, aka Luke Harper. We've had Samoa Joe. We've had Kobayashi when he came over. We've had Morishima. And Hanson might be the next guy in the line. I'm looking forward to him versus Raymond Rowe. I think that's going to be a fantastic match. Hanson picked up the win here. Great opener. I absolutely have loved every match so far in this Top Prospect tournament. I think they're nailing it, giving us new people to cheer for. To the fans that haven't seen some of these guys before, I've seen Andrew Everett. Hanson's a guy before this tournament I wasn't really familiar with. And since this tournament's happened, I've become a fan of his. Which is good, which is awesome, which is what this should be doing. Next up, we have Mike Bennett and Maria came out. They started shooting a promo talking about Kevin Steen, talking about they're not able to do the pile driver, that Michael Bennett has a new finisher, which leads us to Michael Bennett versus Cedric Alexander. Another fantastic match. A little bit short in my liking. I would have liked to see him go a little bit longer. I think Cedric and Bennett had a good chemistry going with each other. Bennett does win using his new move, which is the Anaconda Vice. I loved what Steve Carino did on commentary, pretending like it was a brand new move. The only problem I have with this is, and it's not even that big of a problem, but Maria is CM Punk's ex-girlfriend, and that's what they're playing off of. Michael Bennett's done to go to sleep before. Even Kevin Kelly foreshadowed it. That was so long ago, just, it feels like okay, move on. You guys, Maria's with Michael Bennett now in real life. CM Punk's with whoever he's with now, because he changes every other week. But I don't know. I think it was, it was just it's a little bit weird that they're obsessed with doing his stuff, kind of like Maria isn't quite ever been over him, in my opinion. I don't know if they're doing it just for TV or they think it's funny, or maybe she's still friends with him. I don't really know. But just a little weird in my opinion. It'd be like if your new girlfriend all of a sudden said, hey, my ex-boyfriend used to drive a Camaro, you should buy a Camaro. Or my ex-boyfriend used to take me to, I don't know, whatever, Olive Garden every Friday night. You should take me to Olive Garden on Friday nights. It would start to feel weird, like she was trying to make you into him. Just my little rant and weirdness. I don't know if it's just my brain or not, but something weird that struck me as odd while I was watching. Next up, we had the main event. Finally, the phenomenal one has come back to Ring of Honor. AJ Styles versus Roderick Strong, given about a half hour of television time. It did not disappoint. One of the best televised wrestling matches I've seen in my life. This is definitely, by far, this is the perfect example of what Ring of Honor is. A guy like AJ Styles, who has all the talent in the world, has always had all the talent in the world, mainstay of TNA, the highlight of TNA for the last 10 years, comes back to Ring of Honor after about an 8-year absence and blows the roof off the building, shows you why We all fell in love with AJ Styles in the first place and how awesome he could be when you take the throttle off and let him do whatever he wants. Nothing against Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong, one of the great wrestlers in America right now. I thought this was an absolutely perfect opponent for him coming in. You had one of the best that Ring of Honor has to offer against one of the best wrestlers in the world. Two of the best wrestlers in the world going against each other. I thought it was absolutely amazing. A little bit scary at the end with the Styles clash, which most people have seen by now, where he botched a bit and Strong didn't tuck his head right. Depending on what stories you believe, it's either not a bad injury at all or they're still not sure what's going on with it. I don't believe anything Ring of Honor says after the BJ Whitmer stuff, so as far as injury-wise, I'm saying. But a fantastic main event. The best wrestling match I've seen on television all this year, and it's been a short year, I understand, folks. But it was a great match, great psychology. The fans were into it, the guys wrestling were into it. AJ Styles seemed to be at a pace that I haven't seen from AJ Styles since the time that he wrestled Joe and Daniels in the three-way. And I was amazed on how good this was. I knew it would be good going in, but it even exceeded my expectations. TNA made a huge mistake letting their franchise walk, letting AJ Styles go. Ring of Honor is capitalizing on it and using him and hopefully bringing more eyes to their product, which is an awesome product itself. But basically, let's go right into our rating system for the week. Now, if you've seen the show before, we do a 1 to 5 scale, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. As you can tell by what I'm saying here, this is a solid 5. If I could go more, I would go more. I'd give it a 10, a 20, a 30, whatever you would say. This show was absolutely amazing. If you haven't checked it out yet, go to ringofhonor.com. It is uploaded today. You can go and watch it. Watch, if for nothing else, watch AJ Styles versus Roderick Strong. An absolutely amazing match. What professional wrestling should be. But basically, that's all I have to say about that. My name is George Coles, and this has been another episode of Heel Heat.